Vince Polito here, and in this video I'm going to share with you that the greatest pleasure and most important goal is to be found in you. And even more than that, it is to be found that it is you. You are the greatest pleasure. You are the greatest goal. The greatest object of the universe is you. You're the most important and amazing thing that you'll ever discover. Now, in order for this to become realized, you got to know who you are or what you are. And to do that or get to the place of self-realization, you're going to have to discover and release what you're not. You see, most of us identify with something we aren't, something that we have come to believe, a set of concepts, a certain name, a set of characteristics, our memories, habits, what other people have identified us to be or have claimed we are. And we have accepted a false or fictional view of the self. And this fictional view has to be released completely for us to have total self-realization. And in that self-realization, we discover the greatest pleasure that we could ever have. And I know this from direct experience because I once was operating in a very fictional self. I believed myself to be a criminal and a drug dealer, and I nearly died from a drug overdose. That caused me to question everything about my existence and really doubt that I knew what I was doing. And this was the most beautiful thing that could ever happen to me, but it was very challenging and painful. I was able to release and let go of what I believed myself to be. In fact, I knew that I needed to let go of everything I thought I knew and all about my old life, because if not, I would end up dead. What this allowed me to discover was myself as a blank slate. Now, at first it was very uncomfortable and I didn't have really proper guidance like today I can give and others who understand this work can give. But it was still relieving to know that I wasn't what I thought I was. And it was uncomfortable at the same time to not know who I was or what I was, but I soon encountered something amazing, something outstanding. I realized who I am on the inside. I got beyond my thoughts, beyond my emotions, beyond my habits, beyond my memories for a few moments in time and realized that I existed before the self that I was identified with actually existed. I got the sense and just direct knowing that the being that I am always was, always is, and is to come. Though my body goes through changes and is aging in time, there's something at the center of me that is the real me that's undefeatable, indestructible, invincible, immortal, and is aware of this experience in my human form. And it is aware of its own existence. Now, I speak about it in this way as if it's something other than me, because I'm trying to use language to point to something that most of us don't relate with. Who you believe you are in this moment right now is going to vary depending on your current life experiences, what you're up to, what you're doing. And if I asked you, who are you, and you were to try and describe it to me, you're going to give me a certain set of concepts or ideas, like I'm a mom or a dad, or I'm an artist or a lawyer or whatever. I do these different things. You're going to tell me what you do, but not who you are. And you're going to tell me about what life has been like for you maybe, or whatever is there for you about who you are to yourself as far as what you believe yourself to be. And these are very limited perspectives. They change. They're not everlasting, right? They evolve. I was once a criminal and drug dealer. Now I operate as a coach. That's how I label who I am and what I do. But I'm not fooled by that. I know that I'm more than a coach. I'm more than a brother. I'm more than an uncle. I'm more than whoever I might think I am or people think I am. I'm infinitely more than that. And I want to lead you to get to discover this for yourself. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how most people are doing it that's not necessarily working. And that's one, trying to affirm who you are while your core beliefs and your core wounds are still very self-negating. Now, some people in the spiritual communities or different religions might affirm, I'm a child of God, or, I am spiritual being, or I am. And that's powerful and important to a degree. But there's a problem that shows up in my own experience and when we're working with many other people, is that when we're trying to affirm something that our unconscious conditioning does not align with, it creates a condition of conflict inside. And we can feel that conflict. And that happened for me very drastically. I started to affirm certain things about who I was. And, I'm rich, I'm abundant, I'm successful, I'm spiritual, I'm one with God, and, all these things. And there was value in that, no doubt about it. I'm not saying it's not valuable. But I also became acutely aware that there was other parts of me that were totally not in agreement with what I was saying. And this is what years ago led me into inner work coaching and to discover the inner realm of the human psyche and the emotional nature and how they function, and also how to navigate that territory within myself and with others through communication and various practices and processes, so that we could actually make some radical shifts in that inner area. And so releasing the assumptions that, things and people are going to make you happy or be loved are really going to come into play here, because what we believe ourselves to be, what we've been affirming ourselves to be, some of our affirmations, we might be doing conscious affirmations, like we're affirming I'm a certain way, I'm going to be rich, or I am rich, or whatever it is. That's one type of affirmation. But there are other affirmations where I believe myself, in myself, to need certain things and certain people and certain experiences to make me happy. And those things are convictions. They are like beliefs that I have that are stacked on top of some deep wounds and hurts and some false beliefs that I've had about myself growing up in this world. I have negated who I was because of things that have happened to me. I believe myself to be unworthy. I've been through painful experiences. I decide that I'm weak, I'm helpless, I'm powerless at a moment in time. And those core beliefs with the wounds attached to them become a source of pain that's ever present, and emptiness or lack and limitation that I need to do something about. And so I start to try and create some new counter thought and emotion and action to avoid feeling what I'm feeling. So we compensate. For example, I felt weak and helpless witnessing one of my mother's boyfriends abuse her physically, very, very badly. And witnessing that shocked me. I felt scared, I felt helpless, I felt afraid. Another part of me believed I should be able to protect and help her, and I didn't. So I felt like something was wrong with me. I was ashamed that I was scared because I believed I should be strong and tough, but I wasn't. My actual experience was I was horrified at what was going on. And so I just got all conflicted inside. And then that pain, I never resolved it. The beliefs that I formed in that moment, I never resolved them. I just tried to operate over them. And it ultimately almost destroyed me, and that's why I ended up nearly dying in 1999 from a drug overdose. So releasing these various assumptions that things and people will make us happy or loved, or achieving certain goals and dreams, is important. It doesn't mean we can't have those things. It's just that a lot of us don't realize that we're chasing after them to avoid feeling this emptiness, this wound, or these beliefs that we have about ourselves that are negating who we are and our very existence. And so because we're being driven by the pain and these unconscious core beliefs that are self-negating, we feel compulsively driven, not by choice, but like we have to go after this stuff. And we go after it, but we always are carrying with us this lack that can never be filled, because nothing out there can change how we feel inside. We need to address what's going on internally to get the relief that we're looking for. And when we start to release our attachments to things and to people and what we believe it needs to be, we just start to let go and surrender. We can start to get in touch with, because we give up the compensations when we do that, right? When we give up those compensations, the compulsions to chase after things that don't satisfy really, right? Relationship after relationship doesn't work. You make more money, and you're still not happy. When you finally just decide to let go and say, okay, that's not doing it for me, and I just acknowledge it's not doing it for me, it doesn't mean you can't make money or have good relationships or pursue them. You can. But when it's done out of a compulsory, unconscious source, it's gonna always end in unhappiness. So when we start to just let go of our drive and let go of our attachment for a temporary period of time, we can start to get more in touch with what's going on, what's driving us. And we can start to release the deeper wounds, the emotions, the beliefs. We can release the hurts. We can release that which we've been holding on to for so long. And we can discharge all that inner conflict, that self-negation, the pain that we've been feeling and carrying. We can release the conditioned mind and emotions. We can release this fictional self altogether. And then we can realize that we are happiness and love essentially. It was always there and already there, but the mind and the emotions can become conditioned through painful events and experiences that then cloud this beautiful core, this beautiful essence of who and what we truly are. So releasing defenses and attacks is also important. We often defend ourselves and we attack others, and we're critical and judgmental and blaming and shaming of others because it's a way we get to avoid feeling the pain that we have inside. So this is another form of compensation. So we want to release these defenses and these attacks also so that we could be free from that compensatory activity long enough to understand why we're compensating and get in touch with what really is underneath it, what's driving it. And then we release those things that we discover, the pain, the hurt, the core wounds, the self-negating perspectives, or what I call core beliefs, and we release them and we're freed from them. And what happens is we relax back into our essential nature, our original innocence, and it's beautiful. We realize what's already true and present all the time, that the center of being, there is this quality of pure awareness and just innocent being that I always was, I am now, and I forever will be. What happens is I escape the patterning and conditioning of the mental and emotional and physiological, the bodily dimensions, and I realize that there's something at the center of it all that's unperturbed by anything that's happening in my mind, emotions, or body, or the world around me. Now, once you discover this, you have really discovered the greatest pleasure there is to be found. And the most important goal, in my opinion, is to encounter yourself so that you can release this sense of lack and limitation at your core and start to experience the power and the vibrancy and the aliveness of this pure awareness that is above it all, beyond it all, transcends it all. And once you experience this for yourself, your mind may do things and think things, your emotions might go through different fluctuations of highs and lows. Your body might have different sensations, and the world and events may be changing. But when you are rooted and established in that which you truly are at your core, as pure awareness, just observing it all, you are unhooked from it. You don't have to react to it and be entangled with it. You are truly free. Then you can live your life and you can attract the quality of life and people and things that you desired, but without the struggle. It's effortless activity from that place forward. So that's what I mean by the greatest pleasure and most important goal is to be found in you, and in fact is you. You are the one you're looking for, and you have everything you need already within you. And through inner work coaching and practices and processes and communication, you can start to release the fictional self, relieve yourself of core beliefs, heal the core wounds, and realize that at the center of being, there's this beautiful, vibrant, innocent, pure, joyous, loving, ultimate pleasurable self. It's the true you. So if you'd like to experience more of that, look for some links in the page. You can have access to my free 5-day inner work accelerator challenge called The Core, right? It's a 5-day video series with intros and trainings that will lead you into an understanding of the processes of inner work, the tools of inner work, what we're doing in inner work. And then you'll actually have experiential processes that I'll guide you through where you'll apply these tools, you'll see these tools working, and I promise you it will open your whole mind and heart up to a realm of beauty and peace and calm and tranquility that was always there within you. But it's something you just have to experience. It doesn't require you to believe anything. It will be guided, and you will discover for yourself what's true about it. I promise you it will bless you immensely. So check it out. The link will be here in the description somewhere, wherever this video is posted. And you'll also have an opportunity to participate in our weekend immersion or our 8-week coaching group, or both, by learning about that along the way. That 8-week coaching group and weekend immersion is called the Core Encounter. and it gives you a chance to dive even deeper. Now, try the core 5-day inner work accelerator challenge first. If you like that, and I'm pretty sure you will, you'll most likely want to learn how you can go a little bit deeper than you've gone. And you're going to go pretty deep just with this 5-day challenge that I created for you. And it's a very minimal challenge. It's effortless, really. The only challenge you're going to have is to make sure you sit down and watch the videos and do the processes. Carve out time for yourself. But I promise you, the investment will bring back amazing and significant returns of inner peace and calm and tranquility. And you'll be able to understand that what I'm sharing in this video is true by your experience, not because I said so. All right. I'm Vince Polito. I appreciate the opportunity to share this with you. And I'm looking forward to getting a chance to work with you maybe in our weekend event, our 8-week coaching group, or even one-to-one. If you need anything, you need help and relief from something that you're going through, just reach out. We can have a conversation to see if it's a good fit. All right. Love and blessings your way. And I'll see you next time.